welcome to Study Room, a fantasy football show like nothing you... Nope. Can't do it. Not again. 3 years I post a mediocre fantasy football show up on YouTube. It gets 17 views a week. I've done costumes. I've done puppets. I drank Chinese food. And the whole time, where's the actual fantasy football content? Lost in the teriyaki sauce. Look around. You see any co-host? I'm like Russell Wilson trying to get through the season without any help. But I came back though. Gosh dang it, I came back. For you, the viewers. The ones who said, Jacoby, you have to do a fantasy football show this year. It's tradition. Except this year it's different. This year there's no costumes, no co-hosts, and no care. I'm Jacoby Cassell, aka the Fancy Otter, and you're watching Study Room. So this week we're looking at Watchlist 101. That's right, Watchlist 101. So I'm assuming most of you have already had your draft, so we're not going to talk about drafting strategies or anything like that. You can go back and watch one of my old videos. Don't watch my old videos. I'm sure you did fine with the draft. You don't want to take draft advice from me anyway. I drafted LeGarrette Blount in all of my leagues, so probably not the best advice. But there is one thing I know how to do, and that's how to watch the waiver wire. More specifically, building up a watch list. Watch list is selecting players and putting them on your watch list, which means they're not technically on your roster, but you're keeping an eye on them. But it's practical to do this because you want to have players that you're the first one to them, you have their names down, and you can get those players quickly added to your team. So these are players that are going to have high upside this season and are either very lowly owned or like less than 20% owned in standard ESPN leagues. So we're going to look at the players that have huge upside. It's worth at least keeping an eye on these players. Maybe if you have an extra roster spot, throw one of them on there, whichever one. So I'm going to go position by position, starting with running back, because honestly, that's what we all need, right? I'm sure no matter how well you did in your draft, you're coming away like, I could use another running back. So let's talk about running backs. Let's go to San Francisco, 49ers. Who they got as their running back? Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde, trash. Look, I don't care if you drafted Carlos Hyde, but you need to get his handcuff, Matt Breida. I'm telling you, Matt Breida is the #1 backup. Joe Williams is hurt right now, and Matt Breida is the guy. He's the backup to Carlos Hyde right now. So he is the #2 on that spot on their depth chart, and he is going to be the guy eventually. Kyle Shanahan has been raving about him all training, all throughout the preseason. This is the guy that's going to take over. He's the most athletically gifted back there, and eventually it's going to work out. Now, if you drafted Carlos Hyde, you made a big mistake. Let's face it. Drafting Carlos Hyde is like dating a girl named Tiffany. It may be great for a few weeks, but eventually you know it's going to blow up. So, get Matt Breida. He's only owned in 1.7% of all standard ESPN leagues. He's a great handcuff. It's a definitely get him if you are a Carlos Hyde owner. You need to get this guy on your team. If not, put a waiver on him. Put the watch list on him and keep an eye on him. Other running back we're talking about, Jamal Williams of Green Bay. Sorry, I got my bays mixed up. This is a rookie a Wookie. Yes, he's a freaking Wookie. 3, 2. He's a rookie running back out of BYU, and this guy can play. Now, he has established himself as the #2, once again, the backup there in Green Bay, right behind Ty Montgomery, who technically isn't even a running back. He wears an 80-something on his jersey. It's pathetic. He is the starter, so don't get me wrong, but they've already said they're going to get this guy, they're going to get Jamal Williams mixed in there on third downs and some goal line looks. Eventually, maybe, as time goes on, they realize he's going to make a better power runner, and he'll be the guy there. He is owned in 10% of leagues, so he's most likely 9 out of 10 our viewer are going to be able to go put him on your watch list or at least add him if you need depth there. I do suggest doing that if you are a Ty Montgomery owner. All right, moving on to wide receivers. Who doesn't use another wide receiver? Wide receivers are great because these guys all have huge upside. Any of them can come away being top 20 wide receivers this year. Any of them could be the #1 wide receiver. So first, let's take a look at the New York Jets. I know what you're thinking. Jacoby, we need fantasy football advice. Okay, take 49ers and Jets. But think about it. The Jets have to throw the ball to someone. McCown isn't going to be able to throw it to himself. Yeah, that wouldn't work. So they're going to have to take one of the guys there. Now, it was looking pretty good there because all the Jets receivers are practically unowned. There's nobody there. Brandon Marshall, as you know, is now in New York. He's no longer with New York. So that's the thing that opens up an opportunity. Eric Decker is no longer in New York. Now he's in Tennessee. Probably lives there. I don't keep up with the Deckers. 3, 2, 1. So there's 3 guys there that are going to be, one of them's going to come out and one of them's going to be big. I'm calling it right here. One of these guys is going to be the star wide receiver, and he'll be able to provide a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, maybe a flex start. And the first guy is Robbie Anderson. This is who they think. He was going to be the primary wide receiver. He's definitely getting the looks from McCown, and he's owned in 5.5% of leagues. The guy I'm really big on is Ardarius Stewart. He is only owned in 1% of leagues, but this guy is athletic. This kid can run, this kid can catch, this kid can play football. And I know that's all impractical, but if you look at it, he's been targeted a lot throughout the preseason, and he's going to be the guy who's going to, obviously, if better receivers are being guarded. This was a lot better before they brought in Jermaine Kearse. Jermaine Kearse is another guy who's owned in 1.5% of the league. All these guys are unowned. So put them all. I want Anderson, Kearse, and Stewart all on your watch list. Keep an eye on them. Watch the Jets week 1. I don't know, maybe you'll be entertained. And just see, wow, which one of these guys do you think McCown's is going to make his number 1 over the season? Watch all 3 of these guys. Like going to roll with the Jets receiver, or you did want to go with a little less risky option. I'm liking the rookie Cooper Kupp. Sounds like a Mario character. In LA for the LA Rams. He is a rookie wide receiver who's been getting a lot of action. Sean McVay is the new head coach there, and that's a guy who knows how to create offensive weapons. He manufactures offensive guns, essentially. And I know you're thinking, oh, they got Watkins there, they got Woods there, they got, Tavon Austin. But Kupp. Hey, I want Cooper Kupp. No, I want a Coop, baby. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Cooper Kupp is somebody that will give you value, so at least keep an eye on him. He's somebody that I think is going to rise up there in Los Angeles. Moving on to the final position for today, I got 2 tight ends for you. Really quickly, Julius Thomas. I know you're thinking, oh, I owned him last year, such a disappointment down in Jacksonville. He's over in Miami now. A lot of upside. He's not owned very often. He's only owned in, actually, he's 17% of the league, so the majority of you should be able to go grab him. But he's reunited with Adam Gase, who was the coordinator when he was the one who scored 12 touchdowns under Peyton Manning a couple years ago in Denver. And Jake Cutler is a quarterback that loves his tight end. So when he finds the talented Julius Thomas, he's going to get a lot of looks. He throws almost about 20% of his throws to the quarterback. So that's something that could be dangerous. Keep an eye on it. The other one is Charles Clay. They got to throw the ball to somebody in Buffalo. There's not many receivers out there. Charles Clay is a veteran. He had a down year. I'm expecting some regression there, so watch for that. He's owned in 4% of leagues. That's if you're really desperate for a tight end, or maybe you own Gronk and he's going to go out eventually. So you got to kind of keep an eye on somebody. He's owned in 4% of leagues, so put him on your watch list. Keep an eye on him. He'll be dangerous this year. That's all I got for today. Until next time, how do I want to sign off this show? Throwing a ball.